This is part one of a 3-part series where we delve into the world of online reviews. And the one person that I knew that was an expert in this arena was Claire from Feefo. And Feefo is an online reviews tool, and who better to ask, right? So, Claire, you used to work for Aspinall of London.
That's right, yes.
How on earth did you end up there working for them and selling on eBay?
I basically worked in customer services at Aspinall, and there was a lot of stock that used to come back or couldn't go out because it was luxury leather. So it used to be damaged quite a lot. There's quite a few products. And it was building up. And as I was selling privately on eBay myself, I used to do the odd bits and pieces from car boot like people do. I suggested that maybe we start doing that for the Aspinall goods that were actually laying around doing nothing. And that's how it happened, really. So I started selling on their very minimal amount of products, but it started from that point, really.
So was it just eBay you were selling on, or was there any other channels?
No, it didn't sell on anything else because I really didn't have any expertise elsewhere. So it was just via eBay.
Okay, and again, I know we're going off topic from the actual reviews piece, but again, it's just me being curious. Did you have any software in place to actually help you list onto eBay?
Yeah, I used to use a software called Listing Factory. It's actually an American software, researching online just to find out something that's easy to list with, and that was one of the ones that first came up. And it just used to give me a body of text, and it saved time. And it also automated the listing process as well. And
you were actually featured on eBay's Sellers Fair. How on earth did that happen?
eBay contacted me and asked me if I wanted to do an interview with them because they're power sellers rating. And they were really impressed of how I was actually performing on there because it was 100%. There was
nice.
I used to get my negatives reverted usually. But, I believe that the customer service side of things was really important. So, and that's why I got interviewed for. It was in December, so it was a really good timing because it was at Christmas. And the interview itself actually raised conversion for the eBay site as well. I actually got more business with that interview.
Happy days are the pair of words which spring to mind.
Yes.
So, how on earth did you end up working at Feefo?
Well, I've always been interested in e-commerce, as you well know, and I was offered the opportunity, so I jumped at it, really. It's one of the fastest growing internet companies, and I researched it, like you do with every job. But due to its nature of feedback, etc., and I was all about feedback, especially on eBay. I value feedback, especially when it's good. So that's why I really paid an interest in Feefo, and I thought this is just a great job. This is just a great company, and that's why I ended up here. And I, got offered the job and dived in.
Yeah, and how long have you been there for now?
I started in October 2012, so a little over a year and a bit now.
So it can't be that bad because you're still there.
No, it's brilliant. It's a bit like Google Campus, really.
Which we were chatting about a few minutes ago.
Yes, yeah.
Right. So, for somebody listening to this, can you tell us what Feefo is and how it was created, and we'll also get into why reviews are important in a few moments as well. So. Okay.
Well, Feefo is basically a feedback engine, very similar to eBay. And the way it started was Bill Corley, he is actually the founder of the business, and used to sell trampolines on eBay himself, and realised that there was a niche in the market where online businesses didn't have any way of getting the customer reviews. As usual, go and write a letter or phone someone up if you want to complain. But that was the only way, and that's where his knowledge and technical knowledge came in. And he created Feefo with the same ideals as eBay, exactly the same. And he realised that there's always customers out there that want to leave you feedback if they're really happy or if they're really unhappy. But if they're the middle ground, you're never going to phone anyone if you're just marginally happy, are you? You don't do it. It's not normal.
No.
So that's how he created Feefo. It was a small idea that's grown into basically one of the fastest growing feedback solutions in the UK.
Oh, okay. So changing the subject slightly onto reviews in general. So why are reviews important? And again, I'm asking you because you have a very different perspective to what I do as a buyer. And also a seller. But why are they important? What kind of impact do they have?
If you're going online and there are no reviews on there, or if they even look fake, they look like the company have written them, what's the first thought that goes through my mind is, can I trust this company? And that boils down purely to that. If you're buying online, you're not walking into a shop, you're not physically holding the products, you're just putting your trust in that company. And if they've got a third-party review system on there, then that trust is there. You can listen to other people's words. It's almost like the word of mouth sort of solution. In the supermarket in the olden days, women used to stand around talking with each other. Well, now people are doing it online. So if you instill trust and transparency on your site, you're going to increase conversion.
And this is the thing, we pick off to the marketplaces like eBay and also Amazon to a degree as well, is that the reviews there, so people are leaving you ratings of positive, neutral and negative on eBay. And as a seller, you're rated against that. And you have this score at the top, 99.9% or 100% in your case. And then on Amazon as well. So I was reading the book about Jeff Bezos and the everything store and the idea of putting reviews onto the site. Even negative ones kind of scared their suppliers, but you need those negative reviews to rate you. I'd say negative. Yeah. You need the feedback whether it's good or bad.
That's what we say, and it's business intelligence that you're collecting. If you've got negative reviews about your delivery service that you use, if you've got negatives about that and they're coming up, then you need to change the company that you're using to send your products out. Because if it's Royal Mail or DHL, I don't know if I can name certain people, but if it is certain these larger companies that are technically ruining your business, then you need to change it.
The actual delivery of the product is it's an extension of your business, isn't it?
It is.
So when I say, Dave, I was to buy something from you, is that we have the transaction, we found the product page, we actually bought the product, but the delivery company is an extension of your business, Dave.
Yeah, it's been my choice at some point.
And again, is that something which you've seen through the review system, Claire, where the delivery has been highlighted?
Yeah, I've known a few of our merchants that have actually changed their provider of couriers because of it. And not just changing, but they've gone back to them and negotiated their costs with them.
Because of what customers are saying?
Yeah. They've actually negotiated the pricing, because it's causing them to lose business. So they've got the physical review in front of them and they can actually say, here you go, look at this, look at what your company's doing to my business. We'll either negotiate the terms and conditions or we're going to go elsewhere. And it works. It works.
I don't even consider using feedback as a leverage point back to a courier. I like that. So that was definitely an entrepreneur which did that to their courier company. No, this is what they said. I want discount.
Yeah. Well, I would. You can't do it with eBay feedback though, could you? You can't really go into the post office with your laptop. The good thing about the feedback that Feefo collects is we can actually download them all into paperwork, so it's into a CSV file and you can display them how you like, etc. And you can use that as a tool to get discounts from your couriers, etc. And the people that produce your products as well.
Oh, absolutely, you could put it back to them. Okay, so we've gone off on a slight tangent there, which
Sorry.
is no, don't apologise. I've actually found that really curious. And the whole point of the review system is that if you're selling on eBay, Amazon, or any of the marketplaces, they have this feedback, this review mechanism built in. However, if you're selling on your own website, you don't have that, and you're just this website, and there is no reviews if you don't have something like Feefo on there. And the reviews help customers make educated decisions, informed decisions. It's the power of word of mouth, basically, but on the internet through text.
Yes, exactly. The thing is, if you go onto a site, generally, I've done it myself, you go onto a site, it hasn't got any reviews, you'll try it once. Everyone will. They'll risk it and they'll have a bad experience, and then that customer won't go back again. And that's where the whole try as hard as you can to convert people to buying from you, but it's actually keeping those customers on board as well.
Claire, do you have any stats which we can share?
I do. The one stat is we are a Google partner, so we have a relationship with Google where we can put seller ratings into everyone's AdWord campaigns that they've got running. And the seller ratings are shown as stars. You may have seen them online. Mm-hmm. And Google's stat for having the stars in the AdWords is there is a 17% click-through rate by having those stars, which can increase conversion. There isn't sort of a definitive answer whether it can or can't, but it definitely does increase click-through rate by 17%. Is what you want people to do. You want to actually visit the site first. So, and also one of my merchants, Bamford Trading, saw in his first 3 weeks of using Feefo and displaying the reviews on his site, he saw an increase from 2.5% to 4.8% just by having those reviews displayed.
And that's conversion of sales, isn't it?
Yeah, nothing else had changed on the site. So there's also another stat where it's a company, they did a review page on their site and they realised that by having the reviews displayed, customers stayed on their site for 8 minutes longer than if they didn't have reviews. So if you have reviews on there, more than likely stay on your site. If you don't, they're only on there for 2 minutes. And it just makes your site more sticky.
Okay. So just thinking about for John from Bamford Trading, which we must get on as part of this series. John went one extra stage further, didn't he? He actually put the FIFO, the feedback card right underneath the buy button. Most important. Yeah. So for the entire e-commerce website, the most important button on all of it, besides pay, I hasten to add, is buy. Because that's where the customer makes the commitment, or hopefully makes the commitment to go through. And he's literally got FIFO 100% sat right underneath the buy button.
Yeah.
So, and there's different implementations as well.
Exactly. I mean, having the reviews displayed on every single page is valuable. We have the CT shirts, Charles Sirrett shirts, saw a 6% increase in conversion by adding the FIFO reviews next to the basket button as well.
Oh, I've not considered that.
No. I mean, you're more likely to add to basket if you can see a review for that product. And they did A/B testing for us and saw that rise in conversion. So they saw with the 17% increase in click-through rate and the 6% saving on conversion on the add to basket, the definite ROI is there.
Okay, that's curious. And that's one thing which we're going to be doing in this series as well. We're actually going to not only look and understand reviews themselves, but we're actually going to go and get your extension. We're going to go and get it hooked up with Magento as well, actually get it installed and show you how to install it as well. And we're also going to hopefully hear from John, because the crucial point is that reviews add to your bottom line. They basically get you your sale on there, or they influence the sale in a positive manner. And not only can you get the feedback and blackmail to providers against it, not your suppliers and your couriers, which I thought was hilarious. I hated for it. But you can actually use it, so you can use it on that hand. But the normal usage for reviews is to help influence the sale. And that's what we'll be looking at on Magento. So we'll be using a vanilla Magento website with the Ultimo theme applied to it. And we'll get the reviews widget in, and we can see how we can do that, get the extension installed, because it's an automatic extension as well, isn't it? It will just pick any reviews which get pulled through, get immediately pulled through to the site as well.
Exactly. And any visuals to show how to do that is imperative, really, because you can have documents showing you how to do it, but it's nice to actually having someone showing me how to do it.
Absolutely. So Claire, thank you for the insight. It's been absolutely amazing. We'll catch up with you and Dave and Claire in the next podcast, and we'll see you there. Speak to you soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. We just met Claire, one of the cool people, and heard her story, how she used to sell on eBay and how she ended up working for Feefo. We're working with Claire on this series of podcasts because the one glaringly obvious thing that is missing from a website when you compare it back to the marketplaces is feedback. And as we know, feedback systems help instill trust with both new and existing customers, as their feedback is transparent, and this is why all the major marketplaces have such systems in place. In the next podcast in this series, you'll be hearing from John from Banford Trading and how he's used Feefo on his own site to see some amazing results. So from myself, Matt, and of course Dave, we'll see you in the next podcast. Cheerios!